Welcome to West Point. Today Army is playing a home game at Michie Stadium against University of Texas at San Antonio. If you've never been to a home game, I want to show you how I do it. And that includes nature. There are bold cypress knees and bold cypress trees growing at West Point. There are 6 of them right in this area. I just love it. I'm going to get a little bit more into the structure and the history of the stadium later on, but right now, let's get out there and see what's going on the field.
And let's take a look at the video board for today's probable starters, brought to you by USAA. On offense, number 60, Connor Finucane. The inside number 91.
Okay, so I have to admit, I feel like I'm sitting here with like a hand chopped off or no pants on, because right here in this area was one of the oldest sections of the stadium, built in 1924. And I know what they're trying to do. They want to make it very accommodating, and it's going to be a section for the entire core. But the old section was made out of Rosendale cement, which means it was the hardest cement on earth. So a lot of what you see back in here is relatively new. And as I was walking up on these icy stairs, I I noticed some cracks. Ice right under my feet. But that's okay. That's what an Army football game is all about. It's about toughing out the weather in an outside stadium. I'm kind of sad to see that gone, because I haven't been to an Army football game at home for a long time. And I was kind of looking forward to walking through the old tunnel. But anyhow, that's Lusk Reservoir out there. That is Fort Putnam up there. And there's the rest of the stadium. And when I first called for tickets, I was really hoping to get up there, but it was all blocked out when I checked it out online. So anyhow, here is your Army football experience.
From Master Major Sergeant Nathan Eby. Let's join them and cheer our Black Knights on to the fray with the greatest fight song in all of college football on Brave Old Army Team. Roadrunners pass complete to Houston Thomas. First down.
Since its inception, the Tropic Lightning has protected American interests in the Pacific, with the exception of serving in Iraq and Afghanistan.
I was sitting way over there. That's section 1. You see those young gentlemen hanging out around my seat. But the reason I moved is because it's kind of a quiet game. The seats aren't exactly packed. We're missing a big section here because of construction. So that's why I picked these kind of somewhat boring games, because I can move around. And you can basically sit wherever you want. Oh. And when I'm not wandering around the stadium looking for food, I'm watching the game. get the feeling you're surrounded?
With regards to disqualification.
Another touchdown, and I missed it because I'm eating my hot dog. This is tradition. You know what is missing from this game? There are no Army mules. We used to have live Army mules. Third down. 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Second quarter. They don't have the howitzers because every time they got a touchdown, they fired them off. I think they might have stopped that a while ago. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, then. And, what else is missing? Oh, at the opening, before the kickoff, they kind of have like an opening ceremony. They just had a couple Sikorsky fly over, and that was it. And usually they have the guy's parachute, and they have the smoke that comes out of their heels, you know, strapped to their ankles, and it looks like their heels are smoking, and yeah, and then he dives, he skydives out of the helicopter, and he lands right in the helmet right there. The Black Knight, the tar bucket, whatever you call it. No, that's the Black Knight. Yeah, so they didn't have that this year, but if you want to see that, I have a video of them doing that from 2019, last game I saw here, and so check it out. Let me give you a little tip. If you ever come to the stadium for a West Point home game, don't go to these concession stands down here unless you get there very, very early. Go up on the upper deck, down underneath, behind those seats. That's the best place because they have really good hot dogs, they have Cracker Jack, and really good hot chocolate. But they're really not busy. They're never busy up there. So there's your advice for the day. Never too far from the woods, am I? There's a stadium right down there. You can hear it. You can't miss it. It's really exciting to be here. Let's see. I can see the scoreboard from here. Let me walk down a little bit. I just came up this way because I wanted to check out Fort Putnam, which is closed for the season, and Delafield, which is down around the bend. And way back when, before 9/11, you used to be able to just drive through. Oh, that sounds promising. Listen to the crowd. Isn't that fun? Did something happen? I love it. Back in the day, we used to be able to just drive through. It was no big deal. They didn't even check your vehicle. But since then, that doesn't happen. So I've been seeing online on Facebook groups for this area that a lot of construction's been done, and it most certainly has. I mean, look at once the whole side of my stadium is gone. But, you know, that's West Point, always building. And it's kind of sad. It's a little bittersweet. I have a lot of memories of a lot of these places, but what are you going to do, right? That's, I don't know if you're familiar, but that's called Stony Lonesome up there. Stony Lonesome was named by a cadet who had guard duty up there. That's the story anyways. And it was so rocky and full of stones and lonesome. So they called it Stony Lonesome. You can gain access to West Point off US Route 9W from up there. There's the stadium. It's pretty cool, you know, a stadium in the woods, military installation in the woods. It's all kind of mysterious in a way, but when you've grown up around it, it's home. Check it out. Still scored 7-7. 7 minutes, 6 seconds left in the second quarter. You can see that up there. This is the Cadet Chapel at West Point. It's the highest building on the entire property. It was built in 1836 and designed by architect Bertram Goodhue and completed in 1910. This view may have changed a lot over the years, but it's still beautiful. West Point is definitely worth the trip, and if you ever get the chance to come here, please don't pass it up. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tour of West Point. This pretty much wraps it up for me. I usually only make it until about halftime, but the final score was 29-24 West Point. We won again. So no matter if you have special parking, or if you like to tailgate, or if you're a little bit like me and you like to wander around the point and check things out, there's nothing like an Army home football game. Well, folks, thank you for joining me, and I hope you had a good time with your West Point experience.